a message after the tone.
Hi, Frank. This is Horace Rancher down at the police station. Hey, I've got Nancy Whipple in here, and she's saying that her car stopped. Anyways, I don't believe her. She calls about once a month saying that a cat's stolen. She just lost a cat, and I don't know who has that many cats, Frank. Don't make no sense. But anyway, she said the car is stolen. Naturally, your grandson is the suspect. So, I don't know, just stay at the cabin because we don't want him camping out or anything funny. Anyway, give me a call.
I'm Bird Hansen. Bird like a chicken. Hansen like the name on the envelope. Here's a riddle for you. Or a joke, I guess. Why did the bird cross the state line? Well, that's easy, to get to the other side. Here's a better question. Why did the bird risk his neck by stopping at the family cabin first? Hell, I'm Bird, and I don't even know. I guess it was to deliver the letter, sure. You know, the one on the passenger seat? In summary, it was a letter of good riddance to a family that sucked. Easiest thing I ever wrote. The words flowed like easy cheese onto a chicken and a biscuit cracker. So as I turned down the old road to the place, I saw the same view I'd seen every summer since my earliest recollection. Going to the same cabin that filled my childhood with those good memories. Memories that amounted to nothing but an unattended hearing and 7 years in the can with an empty mailbox, year after year. Still, I got to admit it made me excited. It was the strangest sight when I laid eyes on the old place. The cabin was straight out of my memory. In fact, I swear the same puzzle sat untouched on the table. Same unsettling decor. In the kitchen, in fact, was the same jar of licorice that sat on top of the fridge. When I was a kid, I climbed up without asking and stole some, and Grandpa called me a little turd. Grandpa never cut me any slack. Grandpa's gavel. Paid for with my own allowance money. You see, Grandpa would always go fishing exactly whenever we were going to play. So I got him it as a sort of, well, now you have to play present. In fact, now that I think about it, it didn't take much setup at all. Just a few unsettling statuettes, some seating for the attorneys, a podium for the judge, and boom. Just like that, the stage was set. I was reminded of myself tried to ask something incriminating. Poster board blew 2 houses down and
Order.
Order in the court. Today the court meets to deliberate
between the people and Mr. Cecil Elbows. Will the parties please make their appearances known for the record? Prosecuting. Judge Silas Dickington represent. Very good. Defense? Good morning, Cecil Elbows. I'd just like to say how radiant you look today, Judge. That's a mighty fine thing to say. No problem, Judge. I'd just like to say, as an American, a family man, and a lover of the justice system, just how happy I am to be here today. Also, I'm representing myself and I didn't do it. Oh, you would say that! Order, order! I will have order in this court. Thank you. Jury, I would like to remind the jury that it is their responsibility to scrutinize and weigh the testimonies of the witnesses as a whole with utmost attention and rigorous involvement. Understood? Good. Ladies and gentlemen, Dickington, Elbows, court is in session. Now, ma'am, your statement says you saw Mr. Elbows leaving his house around midnight, is that right? Right as day, but at night. And you saw this with your own 2 eyes? Ma'am? Well, my bagger saw him. A bagger? At the grocery. Objection, Judge. This witness clearly doesn't know anything. Sustained? Fine. Call in the bagger to the stand. Now, Mr. Schneefel, you are Amelia's bagger, is that correct? Yes, that's correct. Uh-huh. And you caught Mr. Elbows doing something incriminating that night, is that correct? Nope. Exactly. What? I didn't see it. Our pumpkin guy did. The guy that brings pumpkins to the store. So, Mr. Ostello, did you say you saw me in the pumpkin patch at 3 a.m.? Is that correct? Oh, big time! Really, Mr. Ostello? Are you aware of the little rhyme that the children around here say about you? No, sir! Well, if you don't mind, I will recite it for the court today. Okie dokie. Ostello pumpkin dwello, lives inside a pumpkin yellow, never find an otter fellow, has a wife that is a rat, lucky him he don't know that. Why? Because he's blinder than a bat. Now hold on! This ditty, as mean-spirited as it may be, describes Mr. Pumpkin Dweller's visual acuity to a T. Label! Order! How many fingers am I holding up, Mr. Ostello? 6. 4. 4 fingers, Mr. Ostello, not 6. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, how can this witness clearly identify the perpetrator of the crime if he cannot identify the number of fingers on my hand? Judge, do we really need to go through this lengthy process? The prosecution clearly does not have enough evidence to make a valid claim in this case. That is all. Well, prosecution? Do you have a rebuttal? Well, Judge, I have another witness calling the cleaning woman to the stand. The cleaning woman. And so we see the cleaning woman saw it all. Too bad you didn't tip her a little extra, Elbows. She could have cleaned up your little mess, too. No further questions. Well, that took quite a turn. I'm reeling. Defense? No questions for the witness at this time. Well, I think we got this all wrapped up. Does the prosecution rest? Not quite yet, Your Honor. I would like to call the defendant as a witness. What? What do you have to question me for? You know how it looks. Well, I'd like a confession out of you, Mr. Elbow. Now, you stay where you are, Mr. Elbows, before you run for that door. Mr. Elbows, I know you're guilty. You want to know how I know? No. Because I met people like you. I know people like you. And deep down inside of me, there's a part of me that I've tried to purge out of me that is just like you. But you know what makes me different than you, Bird? I didn't act on it. I didn't. Now order, young man. And you may have problems admitting you acted on it because you were coerced into this. But the fact is, coerced or not, it was you who made the choice. You chose to do wrong, no? You did nothing wrong? Overwhelming evidence suggests so, yet you maintain that you did nothing wrong. I was in the wrong place at the wrong time. Even if you maintain that you did nothing wrong, you will admit that your actions, no matter how benignly unintentional, did in fact hurt your family? My family? No. Everything's fine and dandy at home then. What? Then why are none of them here? I don't know. They don't care. You said that you were raised in a loving home at the beginning of this trial. That don't sound like they don't care. Which is it? Maybe I can jog your memory. Let me know if this is right. Raised by a good family. At some point you took a wrong turn. And then another. And then another. No. And now you push them so far that there's nothing they can do to help. They abandoned me. They gave you enough chances. Now order in this court. And now they want nothing to do with you. Why? Just because? I said they don't care. Oh, just out of the blue. Tell me, Bird, did they have a just cause to abandon you? You can lie to yourself, but not to me. Did you deserve to be abandoned? Well? Yes. And why? Maybe I had been a turd.
Well, you're parked in my space.
Grandpa, I'm sorry. I didn't realize you'd be here this time of year.
Well, usually I'm not, but they just stocked the river with kokanee.
Kokanee, right. Hey, listen, Grandpa, don't...
I already called the police, Bird. You best be getting on your way.
Okay. I drove straight out of Huntsville. I didn't pass a single squad car or hear a single siren.